Hi everybody, hi every spirit. Welcome once again to my YouTube channel, Esoteric Cloud Surfer here, ready to take a ride in Esoteric Cloud, which is a lighter, less dense, and also vibing on a higher frequency and vibration vehicle. And when your spirit jumps into Esoteric Cloud, it can fly, it can float to higher, more expanded, wiser, and wider realms of reality so you can have lighter and stronger perspectives and wider perspectives about yourself and your own circumstances. That's what we do in this channel, Esoteric Cloud Surfer. We ride the waves, the current events in lighter vehicles, right? And before we start the video, I just want to ask you to check the links in the description down below to support the channel, me, and Mystaria in any way you seem possible and cool for you. And let's get started. By the way, you see the paintings here in the back. I made all of those paintings. There is more over here, as you can see. If you want a painting for yourself, made by me, you just need to ask and contact me using the email in the description down below. So this video I want to talk about is called the human nature, okay? But I will not explain what is the human nature. What I want to approach here is recently, but not just, but recently I've seen many YouTube videos. I didn't saw them, I saw the little thumbnail about people be like, escape your human nature, or why the human nature is aggressive, or it was like the human nature, and then the thumbnail was a man hiding a knife and a woman hiding a pistol or something like that. And I remember some weeks ago when I was about to watch a video on YouTube and there was an ad rolling. It was this old man, this old dude. He was advertising a video talking about how you can escape from your human nature that we have been trapped in for millions of years and things like that. Okay, I want to tackle that. I want to say that ain't shit. Alright? That perspective about human nature is bad. The human nature is something you need to run away from. The human nature is something you need to control. The human nature is something that hurts you and you should... No, that's all bullshit. Alright? You, in the first place, you're not a human. So, you already have the choice to get out of the human nature. Second, the human nature is not bad, right? You and I, we are in a human body and we're chilling, right? And, oh, actually, this connects to a point that I haven't connected to this topic yet. Because many people in my surroundings, they believe that if there was no laws, as in man laws, people will just start killing each other. And that's fucking stupid, right? I don't believe that. I don't believe that with no laws, people just start killing each other. But they believe that way. And I think they share that belief and what I'm saying right now, they share a space in common, which is people or spirits in bodies are deceived. They believe the nature they are in, the nature they chose to exist in this lifetime is something bad. Because those people that believe that without laws the world would end, people who start killing each other, they think the human nature is violent. It's animalistic, but it's not. And very quick, you can know that simply because we have different words. We have animalistic nature and we have human nature. If those two were the same, we wouldn't call them different things. So the human nature is not animalistic. The human nature is not violent. The human nature is emotional. And that's it. Now, how you respond to those emotional vehicles and responses, that's up to you, right? So, and I want you, if you believe that, or if you know somebody that believes that, and you kind of in the fence about it, I want you to go outside and see the world, right? Because there is so many humans that are not killing each other right now. They are not being violent. They are not being bad, right? So I believe that the human nature is not bad. It's not violent. It's not animalistic, okay? But we have to stop this because this is very Masonic. This is very left brain. Because the people that create those books and the people that tell the masses that the human nature is bad and violent, they believe that as well. Because they don't know how to deal with their internal realm. Many of those men that wrote those books, they are not successful with women. So they create some type of insecurity about it. And it might be very simple, but it's true. And I told you that the human nature is emotional. So when you think about it and you look at the people that write those books and the people that believe that human nature is bad, they are very logical. They spent years in college or they spent a lot of time reading books, right? Like one of my friends that believes that if there will be no law, people will be killing each other. He's always like, oh, I read a book. I read a big book. And I'm always like, bro, I don't give a fuck about that book. I know more about you, about the person that wrote that book, just by reading the first pages. It's not because it's a big book that it's important, right? So, but you see, they perspective or their way to believe in things, it's very superficial, left brain. That's why they are afraid. They are afraid of the right brain. They are afraid of the internalization. They are afraid of being more feminine. And even females are afraid of being feminine more these days. You have a lot of masculine females, what we call GMO females, right? They are very masculine. They are afraid to spend more time with their own feelings and emotions and things like that. So that's why, right, you have that type of videos and announcements saying you need to free yourself from your human nature, but which to a certain point is true. To a certain point it's true because you don't need to be in the human nature. You chose to be in a human nature, but you don't need. So if any point it's like, oh, this is not good for me anymore, you just leave. But there is a big difference because that's angelic. Now, when they sell you a book, when they put you in fear, when they make you feel inferior if you don't live the human nature, that's demonic right now. Because many times they don't even tell you how to live the human nature. They just tell you how bad it is, so you can feel even worse inside of it. You know what I'm saying? So I find those people very stupid. Okay? People that believe that the human nature is bad. The human nature is not bad. It depends on how you use it. Okay? Sometimes I like to be in a human body. Sometimes I don't. And that's it. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just what you chose to be in. And that's where the important part of this topic comes into play. Because if you start hating or seeing with bad eyes the nature that you chose to come in, your spirit starts to curse itself. Your spirit starts to throw stones at itself. Because you chose to come to this world, you chose to come in a human nature. So if you believe another man's word about human nature is bad and you need to free yourself, you believe that you made a wrong choice. You believe you bad because you chose to come in a human form. And that's what they don't know. That's what those people that write those books and believe that shit, they don't know they hate themselves. They don't know they are hurting internally. I think you guys can see little Mama over there. Oh, she's sleeping. I saw her little ears over there. You know, so it's basically this. I don't like it how they tackle that subject. You need to free yourself. You need to learn because we have been stuck in the human nature for millions of years. That's so fucking stupid. That's fear mongering. All right? That's not even realistic. That's not even logical because they be scientists and they're not even logical. Do you know what I'm saying? They are emotional when talking about their topic. And that makes even less sense for me. Because how are you a scientist or how you spend so much time in college to present me an emotional case? Right? If you a scientist, if you were learning logic, you need to show me a logical case. Otherwise, you just throw all of those years learning logic to the trash, right? And let me come back to the point I think I'm missing out a little bit. So I wanted to express my anger. You know, English is not my native tongue, so there is certain expressions that I'm missing out because I'm not feeling angry. It's a smaller representation of anger, but I'm feeling that, okay? Because that makes people that can put people in a cage, okay? But you also need to be you need to be gullible to fall into that cage. So I just don't like how they share that, how they make that a big thing, because it's not a big thing. Like, you have a human nature, you have more natures within you. And that was my point. Thank you. You are not a human. I am not a human. I am a spirit in a human mind, in a human body. Okay? So the human nature is not what you are. So you don't need to change, or you don't need to change yourself. You don't need to free yourself. You're already free. You don't need to change. You already not a human. You know what I'm saying? And they make you feel guilty about something that you are not. And that's very important. That was my, like, soft spot, you know? That's it. You are not a human. So why should you be afraid? Why should you worry about the human nature is dangerous? It's okay. And that's another thing I don't like. They always associate human nature with greed, violence. Bro, I'm remembering right now those friends that I was talking to, they be like, oh, that's the human nature, it's greedy. No, people misunderstand greediness with the spirit's desire to expand. If I like cake, right? I like chocolate cake. Somebody gives me a piece of chocolate cake. I eat that piece of chocolate cake. I love that piece of chocolate cake. It's only natural for me to want more. It's not greedy. It's not bad. It's not human nature. It's not animalistic. It's just an inherent, general, by default desire that spirits have, which is expand. That's it. And they take something that it's normal, something that everybody do and have, the desire to expand, and they call it a bad name. They say it's greed, it's the human nature, it's animalistic, it's bad, it will hurt you, it will ruin your life. No, that's normal. It's just a desire to expand. Oh, but humans always trick. That makes me reminded so many movies about that. I can't even say that one because then it comes to my mind another one and another one, and I don't even know the names of them. Because I was always bad about, like, remembering celebrity names and shit like that. I don't give a fuck about that. But so I can imagine the scene, right? And they'd be like, why that happened? It's the human nature. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not the human nature. It's an animalistic nature. That's not human, okay? Now, it might be sounding like I'm defending the human nature. So let me tell you something. The human nature can be animalistic, but an angelic nature can also be greedy and treacherous. Like religious people, they believe in God, right? They believe God is the greatest that is. Yet God plays tricks on them. Yet God asked Cain to sacrifice his brother. What the fuck is that? I know it's an allegory. I know it's an allegory, guys. But you have people out there that believed like it was a real history book. So tell me, what is worse? Me wanting another piece of cake or your God wanting you to sacrifice your brother? What is lower? What is more animalistic? The human nature or the godly nature? Right? Because they make no fucking sense. Another thing. They always criticize how the humans only care about sex, about eat, about drinking. Bro, how the fuck you got here? Your parents were fucking, right? So you are hating on the thing that gave you life, the opportunity to exist. Okay, you are hating on yourself once again. Once again, it's always a loopity loop to make you hate yourself. And I don't like that shit. Esoteric cloud surfer, we're riding those esoteric clouds to feel lighter about ourselves because we have no reason to hate ourselves. Not even to hate others. Sometimes you need to hate the world, but that's sometimes. And they always want you to feel bad, to feel sorry. Sometimes you throw a piece of garbage to the floor, you start to feel, or somebody comes in and, oh, you shouldn't do that because of the law or because it's bad for the environment. Bro, it is not bad for the environment. You see Earth? Earth is a gigantic being that can heal itself. It doesn't give a fuck if you save 1,000,000 trees or not. Because without Earth, there is no trees. So think about it. Do you need to save the trees in order to save Earth? No. Earth needs to... Earth doesn't need you to do shit. You need Earth to keep spinning or to keep changing. You know what I'm saying? So they always trying to throw a sense of guilt, a heavy thing to you. And now, because it is with the laws, it is with social etiquette, it is with peer pressure. And now they are tackling in spiritual warfare, calling the human nature something that is bad. And I'm telling you, it is not. It is how you use it. It's how you do it. Okay, recently I've been reading One Piece, so that example is very fresh. They went into an island of people that make boats. And they make war boats, fishing boats, tourist boats, all type of boats. And when you make a boat, that boat is not good or bad. It depends. You can use a boat to destroy an island. You can use a war boat to destroy an island, or you can use a war boat to defend your island, or you can just not use the cannons in that boat and you can just sail. So just the fact it's a war boat doesn't mean it needs to be used to war. And that's where the mental game comes in. Names and titles that makes your spirit stuck. When they call the human nature, that's already a mental thing, because it is not human, it is a nature. And it's not human, we call it human, but it is not human, like the Cancer constellation. That's not Cancer, we call it Cancer, right? Like this is not an arm, we call it an arm, you know? This is not a labradorite, we call it a labradorite, because they don't give a fuck about the names we give them. So then they say the human nature, one jail cell is bad. 2 jail cells, because now you are even more limited, you know? And that's what I don't like. You need to save yourself from the human nature. You need to release, you need to save yourself. They always, I don't even remember right now, but you get my point? They make you feel guilty just by existing at this point. And that ain't shit. So I just wanted to share this thought with y'all. I just want to share this and make you guys aware that you have the power to choose how to use your human and animalistic natures. They are not bad. Without them, you can't manifest shit. Without them, you can't relate shit. Without them, you can't find your soul group, right? Without them, you ain't shit. Because that's the things that we created in order to exist. So if you hate on them, you hate on your existence. Nothing wrong about to experience something higher. I want to experience higher I already do experience higher mentalities. I know I'm not a human. Many people still call themselves humans. I don't call myself a human. Every time somebody says, I'm just a human. No, you're not just a human. You choose to see yourself in that way, but you're not just a human. Like when people commit mistakes or they sin, like they be weak, they fall short. Oh, I'm just a human. No, you're not. Take some responsibility. Don't blame your human nature. You are a spirit using that human nature. So you chose to go that way. It's not the human nature fault. It's your fault. Your responsibility. The human nature doesn't give a fuck. The human nature cannot even think. You think. Your brain is not, it's not and the brain is not even human. And they'd be like, oh, the brain is so powerful. The brain is already a higher form. And I have a video about the brain because the brain is not the most powerful organ. The brain is just the space where all organs send their messengers to interact with each other. Okay? But the human nature is not bad or good. You choose how to use it. So I really don't like when they be showing their books or showing their studies about how bad the human nature is. The human nature is violent. The human nature is greedy. The human nature is revengeful. The human nature is demonic. No, you choose to believe that. You choose. And you know what? You know something? You know something? Those guys that make those videos and write those books, they be using their human nature for that. That's why they believe they be alive in those facts, because they are alive. They spend a lot of time in those facts. So they use their human nature for greediness and think shit about others and be revengeful and holding remorse. But human nature is also kind. Human nature is also fraternic. The human nature also has a sense of care. The human nature also knows how to build and how to be fixed and how to gain structure. So is that bad? No. Is that good? Also no. A knife can be used for cooking or killing. A car can be used for sightseeing or robbing a bank. So the human nature is not bad. If you believe the human nature is bad, you are a weak spirit, because you as a spirit can't see you, or you can see the possibility of going out of it, or you can see the possibility of using that nature for something better. So you, the responsible, you the weak spirit, you the weak-minded, not the human nature. Okay, guys? So don't let these guys make you feel guilty and make you feel bad for something that has nothing to do with nothing. The human nature is a nature. It's not bad or good. That's it. That's all. You choose how to use it. So don't let them make you feel guilty just about existing, because at that point you are losing all of your power. Alright guys, so check the links in the description down below. Support the channel, support me, support Mystaria. A huge shout out to my soul group and to everybody out there changing the world right now. A huge shout out to Archangel Uriel and Archangel Michael. Till the next time, the Cloud Surfer surfing out. See you soon.